Okay, so today's review will be the Bergara HMR B14 6.5 Creedmoor. Now first I'll go over my setup, that way I can just get that out of the way. On here I have the Leupold 0 MOA Picatinny rail for the scope base. For the rings I have worn scope rings. I'm not sure which model, it's been several years since I've gotten them. I have the Vortex Strike Eagle 5-25 by 56. Same scope I've had on it since this Strike Eagle came out onto the market. I also have Butler Creek scope caps on here, and I have a Harris bipod. I've had this on here since I've gotten the rifle 6 years ago. Still going good, still going strong. And then I also have the Silencer Co. Omega 300 direct thread. I don't use the brake, I use the direct thread. It just works better for me on that end. So yeah, that is the setup. Now we'll go over it. So I have 1,569 rounds to this gun in 6 years. I have done considerable amount of load development, to say the least. My best 143 grain ELDX load was with a Reloader 16, which is extremely overpriced nowadays, so I stopped using that powder. Even though other powders have gotten incredibly more, I use mostly Varget for the 6.5 Creedmoor now. So my main load is the 130 grain ELDMs, pushing 37.8 grains of Varget and with my average velocity being 2711 feet per second. So plenty of oomph there for minor stuff. I've taken a few coyotes, things like that. Coyotes, skunks, raccoons, and a few beavers. So it's a good round for me, especially with the lighter things I shoot. I have taken this specific round out to 1,250 yards with consecutive hits on a torso-sized target. So there is that. Again, absolutely no issues with this gun. It has been an excellent rifle for me. One thing I have thoroughly enjoyed with Bergara's HMR series is the stock. So I have a very high cheekbone here. So I'm able to get that settled pretty well. Yeah. The only really con I have is the bolt. And it's not because of its function, it's more of the angle. But this is one of those things like, it's kind of my fault. So, of course, the new thing today is to get these bigger scopes. Everybody wants a bigger scope, that way they can see, they can shoot long range. Well, with the way the bolt is, and if you want to run a scope cap, you gotta move that. So it's something minor, but you know, if you want to put scope caps on something, you gotta just turn that around. You got plenty of clearance, but then again, you don't have much clearance. So you know, you can move this little piece here a little bit. That way, when you zoom in with your scope and then zoom back out, you know, it's clear from your fingers for the most part. But yeah, you know, that's a model thing. That's a manufacturer thing of what angle of their bolt they're doing. You know, I'd probably have a gunsmith change that, honestly. And who knows, I might. But yeah, so that is my rifle. It has served me well over the years. I do have some hunting loads from, 130 grain VLDs from Berger. I've taken a deer and a bobcat with those rounds. They performed perfectly. Also, I've used 143 grain ELDXs. Those have worked perfectly fine. I've taken, I actually took a 8-point a couple years ago out of Bankhead National Forest with this rifle, which I will say that year I took the deer, I decided to get something a little bit less weight, and I got me a Bergara Ridge 308 Winchester, which, who knows, might be letting that one go, can't decide yet. But yeah, so that's my gun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have another gun coming up in the next couple of months, and that's kind of why I did this video, because I just want to kind of just share what I have, what I've been doing. My next gun is the 7mm PRC. So I am looking forward to that one. Looking forward to taking that one out to Strategic Edge and hitting that steel out there with it. By everything I've seen, it carries that energy out there. So hitting a 1,000-yard target, I'll be having a substantially more impactful hit versus the 6.5 Creedmoor. Nothing against 6.5 Creedmoor. Again, at least for me, I'm accurate with it. I know my rifle like the back of my hand. It's just, and that's just me, because I've used this rifle so much that it's just part of what I do. And but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time.